Life on Mars was destroyed by a nuclear attack, a physicist claims, and we could be next. In other words, the same thing could happen to our planet Earth. A respected physicist and author, John Brandenburg, claims that intelligent life once flourished on Mars, but was wiped out by a nuclear attack so intense it left the planet cold and lifeless. The author has called for an immediate manned mission to the planet in case we are in danger from the invaders who, quote-unquote, killed Mars. John Brandenburg said many of the nuclear isotopes in the Martian atmosphere, quote, look like those from hydrogen bombs on Earth, end quote, and hypothesized in his new book, Death on Mars, that a humanoid race once lived there but died out. The civilization on Mars apparently perished due to a total planetary catastrophe of unknown origin, he writes, citing craters visible on the surface near the Curiosity rover. Was it a massive nuclear attack, he asks. Many physicists believe that an event such as an asteroid impact may have destroyed Mars' magnetic field and therefore the atmosphere in the distant past, but Brandenburg believes the planet may have been killed by another civilization or even a rogue artificial intelligence. Believing the planet may have been killed by another civilization or AI. He also warns that we could be next. Brandenburg claims craters on the planet's surface could be evidence of nuclear war from the distant past. Now about UFOs and extraterrestrials. Brandenburg suggests that the reason we've never heard signals from intelligent civilizations, known as Fermi's paradox, a question asked, where is everybody, that is, where are all these extraterrestrials, is that they went extinct. He warned that the Earth could be on the verge of being watched, quote-unquote, and wiped out by the same forces. Astronomer Edward Harrison suggested that a major factor in shortening the lifespan of civilizations was larger, aggressive civilizations that would wipe out young civilizations once they became detectable through radio transmissions. The motivation for such genocidal acts would be to avoid competition later, he writes. Does the looking glass on planet Mars point to nuclear war? The strange traffic signals in the shape of a rock in a photo from the Curiosity rover on Mars, space enthusiasts watching the Mars rover roam the surface of the red planet, stopping their search after Explorer spotted the beacon. NASA broadcasters image from space from the mobile Curiosity rover that landed on the red planet in August 2012. Joe Smith, 45, noticed a rock ledge in the corner of the video that looks strangely like a traffic light. And video journalist Joe from Bristol said, I followed the images from NASA since the beginning and I see them on NASA's website every day. Brandenburg claims that structures, quote-unquote, seen on the surface of Mars could be evidence that civilizations once flourished there. Brandenburg claims that structures seen on the surface of Mars could be evidence civilization flourished there. It's possible that our interstellar neighborhood contains forces hostile to young, noisy civilizations like ourselves. These hostile forces could range from things like aliens to artificial intelligence with a grudge against flesh and blood. The most dangerous thing for intelligent life, Brandenburg suggests, might be other intelligent life, but learning that might be a chance to survive whatever forces destroyed Mars. The unknown history of planet Earth. The discovery of the dead civilization on Mars, whose end was apparently catastrophic and due to unknown causes, reinforces our understanding that the world can be a dangerous place and requires a dynamic response from the human race to reduce the possibility that we will perish in the same way. The most likely cause of the death of Cydonia, the area of the pyramids in the face of Mars, is a large asteroid impact from the Lyot impact basin, which caused the collapse of the greenhouse system of Mars. Is a danger of the world as we know it. However, the second possible catastrophe, a pair of large and anomalous nuclear events, apparently centered near Cydonia and also near the galactic region, left no craters and is much more difficult to understand. For this reason, we need to maximize our knowledge of what has been revealed on Mars, and this requires an international human fiber mission. Nigel Watson, author of Haynes UFO Research Handbook, says John Brandenburg is not the first person to show that Mars was killed, quote unquote, by nuclear explosions. Authors who promoted the idea that ancient astronauts visited and lived on Earth thousands of years ago claim that sacred texts such as the Sumerian epics and their poor copy, the Bible, as well as the Greek and Indian epics, mention nuclear explosions. Space wars, 400,000 years ago, they point out that records like this in Genesis, the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah, brimstone and fire from the Lord of heaven. Shards of molten glass in the Libyan desert are also believed to be evidence of a nuclear war or accident 28 million years ago. They also believe that the legendary civilization of Atlantis was destroyed by atomic weapons. In the fringes of wild speculation and conjecture, it was believed that there was a planet called Marduk, whose orbit was between Mars and Jupiter. Its population became selfish, lazy, and power-hungry. The consequences were, according to the Aetherius Society, a hydrogen bomb exploded and completely destroyed the planet Marduk and killed its entire population in a blinding flash of suffocating flame. All that remains of that beautiful planet is the asteroid belt, Aka, the planet Phaethon. Phaethon means deadly danger for our Earth. Although John Brandenburg's theory rests on more solid ground, it still amounts to speculation based on our present-day level of awareness of the power of nuclear weapons and our fear of their misuse. It's a warning that we could do the same on our planet and underscores a belief of many scientists that we have not detected intelligent life elsewhere in the universe because some civilizations at this point will disappear either through cataclysm or self-destruction. Writing, editing, and by bibliography by John Brandenburg's book, Dead Mars and Dying Earth. Now, based on the investigation here of this author, the data mentioned in the post-nuclear weapons have indeed been dropped on Earth by, of course, we know that, and also in the past, the Indian god Shiva, god stolen from what was happening in Sodom and Gomorrah. So what happened there? And then we also know that the Indian epics did tell us of UFOs and Vimanas. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.